Benet DeBerry-Spence is an associate professor of marketing. She has 20 years global business experience, the last 14 years focused on African markets. Prior to UIC, Dr. DeBerry-Spence led global commercialization efforts for Baxter Healthcare and G.D. Searle Monsanto. Dr. DeBerry-Spence has been a multinational group coordinator for the Council for the Development of Social Science Research in Africa, and her research appears in leading journals. Dr. DeBerry-Spence holds a PhD from Northwestern University, an MBA from the University of Chicago, and a BS from the University of Notre Dame.
I am a scholar activist, and my research at UIC focuses on everyday market practices. For 20 years, I've worked in global markets in 5 continents, including sub-Saharan Africa. And for over a decade, I've not only listened to the real-world business experiences as told to me by African micro-entrepreneurs, but also worked side by side them in pursuit of transformation. Africa's population exceeds 1 billion, and over the next 4 decades will surpass India and China. In 2011, the combined per capita income of Africa's 10 largest economies was more than double that of India. Multinational corporations are now racing to participate in the renaissance of African markets. Still today, microenterprises drive the continent. These businesses employ fewer than 9 people, and in Africa, typically 1 to 3. Because microenterprises represent 97% of all African businesses and contribute to more than 50% of GDP, they are a vital source of employment and poverty alleviation. Recognizing microentrepreneurs are key change agents, in 2005 I founded and built an engaged research initiative, the Masazi Visitor and Welcome Center in Ghana, West Africa. Ghana's population is 26 million and one of the fastest growing African economies. Masazi is located at the country's Center for National Culture, locally known as the Art Center. The Art Center houses 400 micro-businesses and 750 workers. Many are indeed surprised to learn that the worldwide artists and handicrafts market is estimated at 30 billion, making markets like the one that Masazi is located in quite significant. Masazi serves as the official Visitor and Welcome Center for the capital city of Accra and for the Art Center. I founded Masazi to contribute positively to the economic and social dynamics of the marketplace, but also as a continuation of my research agenda to have a global community impact. More specifically, Masazi aims to contribute to the economic growth of the marketplace vendors, to facilitate interactions between global buyers and local sellers, and to promote positive perceptions of and responsible investments in African countries. Masazi also intends to disrupt a cycle whereby customers come into the Art Center, but they don't stay long because of aggressive selling. Yet vendors must also be aggressive in their selling because patrons don't stay long. Masazi, as a Visitor and Welcome Center, disrupts this cycle by encouraging longer stays and more enjoyable marketplace experiences. In addition to supporting the over 400 micro-businesses at the Art Center, Masazi has supported the growth of hundreds of micro-enterprises in the community by sourcing products for its store from local micro-entrepreneurs. We engage many practices that benefit these businesses. By placing weekly orders, for example, from vendors we work with, they have a steady income that allows them to add employees and engage other growth-related initiatives, especially those leading to new customers other than Masazi. We absolutely don't want vendors to be solely reliant on Masazi. That's not a sustainable model. Masazi also does other things like purchasing materials at wholesale costs for our vendors. For example, if a tailor only has money to buy fabric to make 20 dresses, Masazi can instead buy fabric to make 100 dresses and subtract the wholesale cost out after they finish. We buy at better prices, and this helps micro-entrepreneur profitability and lessens the impact of limited capital. Masazi also helps address infrastructure issues like power outages and traffic congestion. Ghana has power rationing with power frequently on 12 hours, then off. We pick up and drop off all product to our suppliers so that when electricity is available, they don't miss work. These are just a few of the many practices that Masazi engages in our efforts to partner with micro businesses. Over time, our vendors gain more customers and eventually leave us. We see this as a success for both Masazi and the micro-entrepreneur. An important domain that my research through Masazi brings to the forefront are what I term everyday challenges. These represent short-term, on-the-ground event conditions and people that impair daily business operations. Examples are high dust levels, coin shortages, and security and storage difficulties. Everyday challenges are important because they have significant implications for microenterprise growth and profitability. For example, our research found that coin shortages resulted in missed sales of about $2.70 each day, or $843 in a year. In a country with an income per capita of $1,500, the significance of this is obvious. And this may lead to longer-term barriers of lack of capital. Through Masazi, we harness research findings and work to resolve everyday challenges. Masazi also researches and works to address one of the most pressing issues facing our world today, water scarcity. Lack of water means no working bathrooms and customers cannot stay, and the ability to make money is severely impaired. Masazi collaborated on research with the community to track customer requests and to raise awareness of the need for water and working bathrooms. Our efforts were not initially met with open arms, that's for sure, but ultimately resulted in securing water tanks for the marketplace. These experiences have led to my continued research about everyday yet very monumental issues like bathrooms and business, and how some of the most basic human needs creep into global markets to disrupt buyer-seller transactions, and how micro-entrepreneurs working to internationalize collectively engage acts of resistance, and how ultimately these expose the inextricable link that exists between business and humanity. This is perhaps the simplest, yet most significant finding from my scholarship, the power and understanding that humanity and business are indeed inseparable. This local micro-entrepreneur street preacher somehow reflects that important insight. This year marks the 10-year anniversary of Masazi. What has been most memorable is not that Masazi has hosted New York Times or BBC World Live or the many world figures we meet. It is the burning passion for my research and the people whose lives I'm grateful to share. Micro-businesses have shown me that with great minds and great hearts, great things can truly happen.